Welcome back to another video. So one of the main advantages of polygon modeling, for example within Blender, is that we can easily select something and have it modified on various axes. Now, if you want to do the same over here within Fusion, we will need to see exactly how we need to import the following mesh. So this will be the case study for the monkey head for Suzanne from Blender. So you can generate this one over here within mesh. You're gonna find the following monkey head. And in order to move it over here within Fusion, it's important to add it within a form. As you can see over here, now I have some problems over here for that mesh. So for the outputs that were automatically generated, as you can see for the monkey head, we're gonna have 3 bodies. And yeah, let's just hit continue. And in this case, we saw that there was some problem with the main body of the monkey. But yeah, let's just start a new design over here. And within solid, I have the possibility to insert a mesh. You're gonna see that this insert button over here will be present within mesh as well. So over here, insert mesh. This will be the same. So as you can see, this is insert an existing STL OBJ or 3MF file within the body. So regardless of the workbench, let's say the user interface where you're adding this, it will act the same. For example, I can be over here within plastic, I can insert mesh, and I already have the monkey over here as an OBJ. So I selected this file, export OBJ, I already saved that, so I'm not gonna do it again. Now, when we load the monkey head, if I would expand over here the product tree, we're gonna see that this will look like a mesh. It will also have this warning that the mesh is not closed. We can also have this flipped. When you are importing from Blender towards Fusion, I would recommend to go over here for meters because Blender uses meters as the default. Otherwise, your model will be quite small and will have to be scaled. I can click now OK, and we're gonna see that the following mesh has the following problem. So over here where those eyes are, the mesh is not actually connected. And that was also visible over here within Blender. As you can see on the lower side, so the eyes are actually added over there. So we see that overlap. We can also go ahead and subdivide that, but usually when we want to transfer polygonal models within Fusion, we will have to keep the model quite low on polygons. So let's jump over here and let's see. We can go within mesh, since this is a mesh, so regardless of how this mesh was inserted, it will require mesh processing. So we have over here the possibility to do a mesh repair. As you can see, I can select the body, and I have over here 4 options. The first one will be close holes, so this will make the fewest number of changes. If I'm gonna try with this, I can go within details. We're gonna see the same problem over here with the eyes. So here is where we have that that surface that is not being closed, and I can go ahead and I can also change some options over here for the threshold. But with the default settings, if I'm gonna hit OK, we're gonna see that now the mesh will no longer have that warning. And if I'm gonna go over here within a section, so this will be the section. If I will slowly move this towards the eyes, you're gonna see that now the mesh will be defined like this. So we still have those inner areas, but the mesh is filled, even though those surfaces are not trimmed. So as you can see over here for the eyes. Since this doesn't have any warnings, we can go ahead within modify, and we have the possibility to convert this to a mesh over here. So this will be the option. As you can see, we need to select the body, in this case the monkey head, and we have 2 types of operations. So the first one will be parametric. As you can see, this will create a feature in the timeline. So and it will also maintain its upstream parametric relationship. So that means everything that we're gonna add will be parametric from now on. And we also have over here 2 methods. One will be facets. As we can see, this will convert the individual faces onto the mesh body to individual faces on the new solid. And we also have prismatic, which will merge group of faces in prismatic features. Initially, I'm going to go with the first option, so parametric and facet. I'm going to click OK. And as you can see over here, now this has been converted to a solid part. That means if I will go again within a section view, within the same cutting plane, so I'm just going to extend over here the origin, and I will select the Y and Z plane. You're going to see that now this will be filled on the interior. We still have over there those meshes, but that overlap is no longer a problem since we have this fully filled, and we can go ahead and within the solid environment, we can work with this model. As you can see, this has remained quite facet over here. So I will convert that and I will redo the same convert mesh, but in this case I will go with the prismatic option over here. Again with parametric, and you're gonna see that in this case we're gonna have some errors. So we're gonna see that this compute has failed, and Fusion will ask us to do some generate face groups before that. So in order to do that, we can find it over here, generate face group. I'm gonna select this. And we have fast and accurate methods. I'm going to go for fast. And since those face groups are now defined, we can go ahead and we can convert this. So again, with prismatic, and the output will be as following. So as you can see, it takes a little bit to process. But in this case, for the monkey head, it should be able. And we're going to see that there are some errors. So it managed to convert that, but not all of those faces could have been converted. It's a little bit weird over here on the back that half of the monkey head was able to be converted and the other half wasn't. Over here in the front as well, since those faces are quite mirrored. So I'm just gonna Control Z that, and within convert, I'm now gonna go for base feature. And as you can see, this will create a base feature, but we also have that or T-Spline form in any timeline. The main problem is that if I will just go over here by default and I will select this base feature, it will just create that solid body. As you can see, the main difference is that I still have the mesh over here. If I will just go for the first conversion, that will just convert the mesh, so it will no longer be available. But over here, it actually created a new body. And now within this, if I will go within section, this will actually have that material just like previously, but at the same time I still have that mesh that defined it. So I can go ahead and I can do another conversion. If I want base feature and I also want this to be with prismatic, so as you can see this will merge those groups. I'm gonna hit OK, and let's see the output in this case. We saw that previously it didn't manage to do that, so most likely, as you can see, this convert mesh is not that optimal if you want to use Freeform, because this will just convert this within individual surfaces. And after that, within the surface environment over here, you have the possibility to work with those. But again, if you want the full editable version of a model from Blender, you will have to do the following. So you need to go over here within Freeform. Initially, we're going to create that new Freeform. Currently, this isn't available over here, as you can see, but it has been added to the timeline. And over here, we have a new insert, and this will be insert T-Spline. And we're going to see over here that the file format will be TCM or TCC, which will be T-Spline scene, but you will also find FBX. So over here, we can import FBX models. In this case, I already prepared that over here. And now we're going to have the following warning over here. So as you can see, we have that warning, but those have been transferred individually. So those eyes will look like this. Keep in mind that Freeform will also change the overall model, so everything will be a lot more smoother. You will have to go and uncrease those if you want to have it as it was previously, as we can see over here, for that eye. And yeah, the other eye has been converted like this. So usually everything over here will be uncreased, as we can see. And we can use crease and uncrease in order to change those. But we're also going to have the following body over here. But for this one, it will have some problems when we're going to close this. So if I'm going to hit finish form, we're going to see that the T-Spline model failed to convert. If you want the model, if you continue, the model will not display in parametric workspace. As you can see, as soon as I'm going to hit continue, that will be hidden. Everything has been converted over here within surface. So in order to go back to the freeform, I need to go over here, hit edit, and that will also appear over here. But we see over here that we have the following check conversion over here. So as you can see, that conversion was not properly done. So we can change over here some of the elements. We can specify exactly what to keep, and we can also go over here. So in this case, we can go from T-Spline to brep, or we can go the other way around. We can also do some various elements. So let me just slightly change this. So if you want to maintain the symmetry, this part will be symmetric. We can have that selected. We can also flip the normals. We're going to see that yellow will be on the interior. We can have those flipped. And we can also define what edges we want to keep. If I'm going to hit continue, we're going to see that in this case, the same error will appear over here. So yeah, we see that for more complex meshes like this, it will not actually work with the T-Spline to brep. If I'm gonna go over here with quad mesh to T-Spline, for the selection I will select the monkey head, and the operation will be a new body. And yeah, let's take a look at what happened now. We have the following model over here. And if I'm gonna hit finish form, we're gonna see that this will also have some topology errors, and that has also been hidden over here. So this is the original solid body, and only the eyes have now been converted into solid parts, as we can see over here even on the back. So there are some limitations for complex models, and this is why it will be interesting once we see generative AI. So tools like Rodin that will be able to create this kind of low poly meshes that we can easily work with in Blender. So Blender doesn't have any problem since this is not a parametric. So it is parametric, but it's not the same as a CAD tool. Because for CAD, it's really important that everything is well defined. Otherwise, the model will not be properly defined. But over here within Blender, there are no problems like that. We can have various overlapping and everything will be fine. But if I will go within section over here, this will not actually be filled. So if you want to transfer those for various manufacturing and CAD, CAM, computer aided engineering related stuff, you will need to have those models added within a CAD tool. Okay, so I hope you enjoy this kind of content. You're gonna find a similar video over here on the left side, and I will also add a subscribe button to the right. So that's it. Thanks for watching.